Harry booed and heckled by angry crowd at 2024 Billboard Music Awards as he called to present speech. The 2024 Billboard Music Awards took an unexpected turn when Prince Harry, once beloved for his charm and humanitarian efforts, was met with a cascade of boos and jeers from the audience. The Duke of Sussex, who was invited to present an award and deliver a brief speech, found himself struggling to be heard over the uproar. The crowd's reaction was not just a spontaneous outburst but a reflection of growing public discontent, one that many attribute to the divisive influence of his wife, Meghan Markle. Once seen as a couple bringing modernity to the British royal family, Harry and Meghan's reputation has taken a sharp nosedive, with critics pointing to Meghan's alleged manipulation and divisive behavior as the catalyst for this dramatic fall from grace. Harry's appearance at the Billboard Music Awards was meant to be a highlight of the evening, moment blending celebrity culture with the gravitas of royalty. However, the reception he received painted a starkly different picture. As he stepped onto the stage, the audience's reaction was immediate and unforgiving. Boos echoed through the venue, and hecklers shouted phrases like, "Go back to Montecito," and, "Where's Meghan now?" The hostility was palpable, leaving Harry visibly uncomfortable. Observers were quick to note that this public display of disapproval was not an isolated incident. Over the past few years, Harry's popularity has plummeted, particularly in the United States, where he and Meghan initially sought refuge from the British press. While Harry has faced criticism for distancing himself from his royal duties, much of the vitriol has been directed at Meghan, whose actions and alleged influence over Harry have sparked widespread controversy. Critics argue that Meghan Markle's role in Harry's transformation cannot be ignored. Once admired for her poise and activism, Meghan has increasingly been painted as a divisive figure who has alienated Harry from his family, tarnished his public image, and exploited their royal connections for personal gain. The couple's infamous Oprah Winfrey interview in 2021 marked a turning point, where they accused the royal family of racism and neglect. While the interview initially garnered sympathy, subsequent revelations and inconsistencies in their claims have led many to question Meghan's credibility. For instance, Meghan's assertion that their son Archie was denied a royal title due to his mixed-race heritage was later debunked, as royal protocols dictate that great-grandchildren of the monarch are not automatically granted titles. Additionally, Meghan's claim of being silenced by the royal institution has been contradicted by her frequent public appearances and interviews, leaving many to wonder if her narrative is more self-serving than truthful. Since relocating to Montecito, California, Harry and Meghan have positioned themselves as advocates for social justice, mental health awareness, and environmental sustainability. However, their actions have often contradicted their rhetoric. The couple's lavish lifestyle, including multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify, private jet usage, and an opulent $14 million mansion, has drawn criticism for its hypocrisy. How can they preach about climate change and equality while indulging in such extravagance? Furthermore, their Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan faced backlash for its one-sided portrayal of their struggles and its apparent attempt to villainize the royal family. Viewers were quick to point out the lack of accountability on the couple's part, with many accusing Meghan of using the platform to settle personal scores rather than address substantive issues. The reaction at the Billboard Music Awards is indicative of a broader shift in public opinion. While Harry and Meghan once enjoyed widespread support, particularly in the wake of their departure from royal duties, their repeated airing of grievances has begun to wear thin. Polls show a significant decline in their favorability ratings, with a growing number of people viewing them as out of touch and opportunistic. This sentiment was echoed by attendees at the awards show, many of whom expressed frustration with Harry's presence at a music event. "This isn't the place for royal drama," one attendee remarked. "He's clearly out of his depth, and people are tired of the constant victim narrative." Another attendee added, "Harry used to be relatable, but now he seems like a puppet for Meghan's ambitions." Meghan Markle has long been a polarizing figure, but recent events have amplified the scrutiny surrounding her. Former colleagues and associates have come forward with allegations of her demanding and controlling behavior, painting a picture of someone who is far from the compassionate advocate she claims to be. In 2021, reports surfaced of Meghan allegedly bullying palace staff, leading to an internal investigation by Buckingham Palace. While the findings of the investigation were not made public, the allegations have lingered, further damaging her reputation. Additionally, Meghan's strained relationships with her own family have added to the narrative of her being difficult to work with. Her father, Thomas Markle, and half-siblings have frequently spoken out against her, accusing her of abandoning them after achieving fame. While some dismiss their claims as opportunistic, others see it as a pattern of behavior that cannot be ignored. Some defenders of Harry and Meghan argue that the media has played a significant role in turning public opinion against them. British tabloids, in particular, have been accused of perpetuating a smear campaign against Meghan, fueled by racism and misogyny. However, others counter at the couple's own actions and statements have done more to harm their reputation than any tabloid headline. The couple's frequent appeals for privacy, juxtaposed with their willingness to share intimate details of their lives through interviews, documentaries, and memoirs, have left many confused and frustrated. Harry's memoir Spare, released earlier this year, was criticized for airing private family matters and portraying Harry as perpetually aggrieved. Critics argue that the book, like much of their public appearances, lacked self-awareness and further alienated them from their once loyal supporters. The booing incident at the Billboard Music Awards serves as a stark reminder of how far Harry's public image has fallen. Once celebrated as the "People's Prince," he now faces an uphill battle to regain the trust and admiration of the public. Many believe that distancing himself from Meghan and focusing on meaningful, low-profile charitable work could help rehabilitate his image. However, as long as he remains tied to Meghan's polarizing persona, it seems unlikely that public sentiment will shift in his favor. For Meghan, the path to redemption may be even more challenging. Her critics argue that she needs to step back from the spotlight and demonstrate genuine humility and accountability. Whether she is willing to do so remains to be seen. The uproar at the Billboard Music Awards was not just about Harry, it was a reflection of the growing frustration and disillusionment with the Sussexes as a whole. While their journey from royalty to Hollywood initially captivated the world, their actions and choices have left many feeling betrayed and disillusioned. The boos and heckles that greeted Harry on that fateful night were not just a reaction to his presence but a broader indictment of the couple's perceived hypocrisy and self-interest. As the public grows increasingly weary of their narrative, the Sussexes face a critical juncture: adapt and rebuild their image or continue down a path of diminishing credibility and relevance.